So I'm going to apologize ahead of time because this is super, super, super basic for using Microsoft Word. But I know that some people have not had an official class and you've just been thrown in to using it. And I would like to just take a couple of minutes for super, super basic lessons also. So quite often I use Microsoft Word to do my lesson plans, and then I go ahead and transfer my lesson plans into Google Docs. And I like using Microsoft Word because I like to use tables to create my lesson plans, and the tables in Google Documents I found are just really glitchy and a pain. So anyway, I just want to take a couple of minutes and show you the Layout tab in Microsoft Word. So you'll notice you have margins, you've got orientations and size. I usually never use size. On occasion, I'll use columns, but I'd rather use tables for columns, and I'll show you that in a second. You can set up your page breaks, your line numbers, all of those things, and you can indent your stuff here too. But usually I don't use any of this stuff. Usually what I use is in here, margins. So right here on margins, I like to change my margins in my lesson plans to a 0.5 because that's usually the smallest amount you can use to print. Although these printers, I think, print all the way out to 0.2. So if I wanted to do a custom margin here, let's say you don't have the 0.5s already set up, or you want to set up your own. I created a custom margin because I was putting pictures in to something, and I just wanted it to print as far to the left and the right as possible. So I set all my margins to 0. But they have some normal margin settings. They've got narrow margin settings. They've got moderate, wide margin settings, and mirrored. And I've never used the mirrored. But anyway, so I'm going to go to custom margins. And if you want to set up your custom margins, like let's say you want to have all the margins be set at 0. You would just type in 0 here for your top, 0 here for your left, 0 here for your bottom, 0 here for your right. So the gutter is for binding. If you're going to be creating a book, you would need a certain amount of room to bind the book, and you would be given that information. So that is how you set up your margins.